Hello and welcome to the show. Today we're going to be joined by Lou Collins. He's going to show us an amazing piece of 3D art using the Madame Payraud collection. Hi Lou. Now, what have you got to show us?
Hi Katie. A piano!
Oh my word!
Or a jewellery box, or a treat box, or a gift box. It has a pull-out drawer, so you can give it as a gift or keep it as something to show in your home.
Pretty wonderful. Wow, that is a proper piano. I'm amazed. That's fantastic.
It's supposed to look a bit like a piano. It's like anyone musical.
It's a definite baby grand, isn't it? I think. I love it. Right, okay, now this is going to be a really fun video.
Mostly out of paper.
It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's get started. I'll pop them over there.
Right. The first layer we're doing is the lid. Okay. Now this needs to be fairly strong, so as with all my layers, what I've done is I've used just plain cardstock in the centre.
Okay.
Top layer, pretty pattern paper, and a bottom layer. But don't forget when you're cutting it out to make sure your pattern is going to be facing the right way.
Oh, so you've got one going either way.
Yeah.
So you've got one.
So they're going to be
perfect. And you've got the fabric paper here.
I've used the fabric paper for the top. Yeah, I haven't used that all over. I wanted it really textural. I wanted it to be touchy-feely.
And beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're just going to stick them together then?
I'm just gluing all the sections together with Anita's tacky glue. And this dries really, really quickly. So as long as you go around the edges and a squiggle in the middle, that's plenty.
And actually, because it dries so well, it sort of dries almost a little bit sort of stiff almost, doesn't it? It sort of gives it a bit more stability. Yeah.
And the fabric paper, when you do your lid, this is beautiful. It's very thin, but it doesn't distort. If you peel it all off, it doesn't stretch out of shape.
Beautiful.
So you're actually able to lay it down.
Okay, so here's some we prepared earlier.
Here's our three pieces all stuck together.
Beautiful.
Now this is the next template we're going to use. Now I would suggest with this piece saying curved side, you do this as long as you possibly can.
Okay.
I mean, this will print out onto an A4 sheet. This is as long as I can get it to print out.
Yeah.
But if you're using the 12-inch paper, cut it right to the end. Because it's better that you cut off too much and trim it down than not have it long enough. So you could stick
this on top, couldn't you, maybe with like a repositionable adhesive and literally just cut through it, couldn't you?
So I've used these, and I will be showing you in a little while exactly how I've folded them.
So we've got one of these from the pattern paper.
Yep.
Lovely. And then, in fact, you've got one of each.
I've got three, yeah. A long one, a medium one, and a short one, because there's a medium side, a short side, and then you've got the long curved side. So again, we're just going to glue this. What I've done actually is ideal. This is actually a ruler width. If you have an X-cut ruler, each strip is a ruler width. Now what these shorter lines are each side is for folding.
Oh, I see.
And then they will attach onto the top and bottom.
These are like little tabs almost, aren't they?
Yeah. So what we're going to do is use our tape. And I know this is thicker, but we're going to fold it over. Okay. Extra sticky.
You can never have too sticky, can you?
No. There we go.
Beautiful.
Folds over. This tape's quite strong as well. It doesn't just bend. Right,
that's good.
This should sit.
So we're just lining it up with the edges there.
Yeah. Press it down onto our base. Can you see you've then got the...
Oh, I see. The little tab goes around the corner. That's very good templates.
Line of glue there.
A hinge.
Hold my hand. And we're going to do the same again. There we go.
Lovely.
Now, like I say, because I've done this as long as I possibly could, we don't need so much at the end. So what I'm going to do is just snip this to length.
Lovely.
There we go. So we've got the base on our two sides. The next piece to add is going to be our acetate piece. Now, once you've got your sides in shape, roughly, I mean, they're going to bend slightly until you get your top on. It's actually easier to add your tape around to the edge.
Okay.
And put this on. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I've not cut all the way through. I'm going to bend this round.
Ah, that's a great tip.
It just helps when you peel your yellow bit off. You've got more chance of it all coming off in one piece. There we go. And we're leaving this front edge clear. because that's...
Of course, because there's nowhere for him to glue to.
Drawer opening is. There we go. I'll put it upside down. I'll push down all those edges inside.
Oh, that's a good tip. To really get some purchase against the table there.
We need to.
Beautiful.
There we go. So
that's
far.
Amazing.
Now don't worry about any edges showing here because we're going to be covering all that up anyway.
Of course, yeah. With our lovely pleated trim.
And you feel that's quite sturdy already.
That's really sturdy.
Yep. So
that's fantastic.
The next part is our lid.
So you've stuck all your layers together again.
So I've stuck my 3 layers with the lovely fabric on top. Now you'll notice on your template you've got a bit of a tab. It's slightly longer on here.
Okay, yeah.
Now this is almost a hinge. So what we're going to do is on the paper side, because the material will bend anyway, but the paper we need to fold.
Yeah.
So we're going to, I've used the template to mark that line. This is the Paper Mania embossing tools.
Nice and sturdy.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So double-sided tape. I'm going to pop this on. Now this won't hold up itself. We are going to make something in a little while to hold it up.
Brilliant.
You can see it's starting to come together there. So now we're going to make our drawer.
Lovely.
We have 2 templates for this. We have the drawer base and the drawer front.
Okay.
And then we have the pieces that go around the edge, the sides.
Okay.
Now these sides are slightly different to what we've done before. I'll show you here. I've used the template and we've cut them apart. And they've only got a lip on one side. So instead of having a lip on both sides.
Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, you folded it.
So we've done these in exactly the same way as we did the edges for the whole thing.
Okay, got you.
We've just folded, we've snipped the corners, and you'll see in a minute how that fits together with the rest of the drawer. So again, with our drawer base template, I have 3 sections with the pattern paper on both sides.
So you've got the handed bits again, and then the centre card in the centre.
So we'll just pop this together. There we go. So there's our drawer base.
Brilliant.
And we need to do our drawer front again.
And is that a little bit, sorry, is that a little bit, I guess that's a little bit smaller than the other one, isn't it? So you wouldn't want to use the other template, you definitely need to use the right bits and pieces. No, see, it's very slightly smaller. It will just fit the right way inside there. So it gives you that play, that's good.
Okay, that's why you don't want to use the same template again. So our drawer front again, 3 pieces, fabric on top, pattern paper underneath, cardboard inside. Now, the cardboard section inside, I've left a flap on for attaching to the drawer front. These are just panels to cover, so you don't need to cover the flap again.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've covered my 2 pieces, and I've put sticky tape on the material side of the flap.
Okay. Because that's going to be the outside of our drawer, isn't it?
Yes, so that's going to sit like this. And we will just, again, like I said, line this up. There we go.
Lovely.
Now to do the edges. Now these are done, I say, exactly the same way. We've folded the paper, we've scored it, and we've trimmed the edges.
Little tabs. So the tape's going all the way around like before.
All the way around the edge. I'm going to continue it right to the end.
Clever pleated tape technique that I'm going to be using. Brilliant.
Now,
so that's the main structure of the drawer.
That is. There's your drawer and your main piece. So we're just going to pop that inside there.
That's perfect.
Brilliant. So the next piece you need is legs.
Yes, definitely.
Now what I've used is the A4 die set from X-Cut.
Ah, this is a brilliant one, isn't it? So you've got all sorts of exciting sort of filigree bits and bobs in here.
It's beautiful, and I've used actually 2 dies out of this to decorate, but the legs are used from this corner piece.
That's clever, isn't it?
So
yeah, as you can see from the picture, obviously you don't get a whole square, but you do get the side pieces in the corner, so you can make this like a whole border, couldn't you? So you could even extend that around a whole scrapbook page or something as well.
Yeah, so it'd be lovely.
It's a really good one.
So what I've done is I've cut out 2 of these for each leg.
Okay.
I've placed them side by side. So I found the easiest way to do this to make sure your pattern paper is facing the right way is to fold a piece of paper and die cut it. So then when you open it up...
cut 2 at once.
Yeah, cut 2 at a time. And with the Express, it easily goes through 2.
Slice through them in no time.
So I'll just score a line through the acetate. As you can see, I've glued it to acetate with the kneaders because it dries clear.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You can't see when it's dry, the glue underneath.
So that's probably a little bit tricky to see on camera, but it's literally just trimmed around, haven't you? And then a little tab at the top.
I'll hold it up in a second and show you exactly what I've done. So can you see there it's on?
That, definitely.
It's on the acetate, so I've trimmed as close as I can. I've scored down the middle and I've scored this tab at the top. I've left about 1 centimetre at the top and I've snipped the halfway line. So what we're going to do is fold it in half and hear that glue cracking where it's dry. And then fold these over.
It is a lovely stiff acetate, isn't it? It's not sort of too weak.
There we go. And that will glue onto the bottom of the piano line. Just like this. So I've done 4 of these. I've popped one on. I've done this the other way.
Oh, I see.
Just simply folded it the opposite way.
Got ya.
Now the piece inside, I've done a very similar way. This is the piece, can you see, that holds the piano lid up.
Oh, I see, yeah.
But you'll also notice a slightly different shape. What I've done is I've trimmed this long piece off of the end, so it's a totally symmetrical shape.
I see, yeah.
So I've just used the embossing tool again to score into the acetate. Makes a slight groove in it and they're much easier to fold.
Yeah.
So there we go, and that sticks.
Brilliant. It's like a sort of beak shape, isn't it? So you know you've got the right thing.
So that will stick into there. So the last thing we did was just add our embellishments. Now I've used these dies on white cardstock, plain white textured cardstock. And I've die cut the keys.
Ah, that's clever.
And mounted them onto a strip of black paper for this.
Fantastic.
These butterflies are already beautifully doubled up.
So these are in the Madame Payraud collection. And as you say, they're all pre-decoupaged, aren't they? They've got a little sticky foam on the back.
You just peel them off, stick them on. You don't need to do anything more. And the last bit was just to use the trim. This pleated fabric trim around the edge. I used hot glue to hold this together.
I think that's definitely a good choice, isn't it?
So I've used 2 different colours and the button
Lovely
on the
buttons.
front. So that's all
Wonderful.
prettied up.
It's fantastic. Thank you so much for coming to show us the project. As I said, all the instructions for the project will be online as well, so you can find all of Lou's templates and her measurements and so on, so you can recreate Lou's amazing project at home for yourself. If you've made something a little bit unusual, maybe a 3D project, and maybe something using the Madame Payraud collection, we'd really love to see what you've been up to. Drop us an email to tv@docrafts.com, and we could even feature your projects on an upcoming episode of Do Crafts TV. Until next time, happy crafting.